That should get us going. Should we do all that? Hope you're going live.
Yes, it just went live because it just popped up. It just popped up on my phone.
Nice. All right. So, welcome everybody to another episode of the Old Ways of Spero. I am your humble DM, Benito, and I have a limited cast. One more player, Jen, will be joining us, but we will be without Stephanie. And we'll try to continue things with Wellshire, but I will introduce the rest of the cast, starting with Matt. Who are you, and what you playing?
Good evening, I'm Matthew. I'm playing Thulsa Doom, the town's constable, the constable of Wellshire. Generally decent guy who's just out to do his job as best he can, and here enforcing the laws of the town.
And of course, he has arrested one of our players, so he means it when he means doing his job. Followed by my hero for the day right now is Nate. Nate?
Hi, my name is Nate. I go by Ian Spire in the game. I'm the lazy bard, the lark, or at this current moment, trying to get M. Charlie laid.
Ooh, interesting. All right.
Not in prison, though.
Not in prison.
We're not trying that while I'm in prison.
Wow, a lot of prison stuff going on. Pretty important. Junior might be getting a little extra happiness after all. All right, Tyler.
No, he will not.
Right, let's go to Tyler.
Oh my god. Alright.
Ooh, PG-13, folks.
Oh my god. Alright, I'm Tyler. I'm playing Tyros Roanoke. The druid, the hermit druid who's just become aware of this impending doom coming to Wellshire and trying to help out this gang of folks who's also trying to work against this impending doom. So far so good. Looking for my squirrel. Have we had the pistachio reunion?
Not yet.
We ended and we haven't gotten back together yet. Still, right? He was
fans of the show do know
way.
his predicament and his freedom. We're just waiting for our reunion. So yeah, looking good. All right, Art.
I am Art. I am playing Ash Excaligo, Priest of Cross, God of Defenders.
And our humble host of Tabletop Journeys.
And I am Lewanika, one of the three co-hosts of Tabletop Journeys. I am playing M. Chalet, the Ranger Scout.
And prisoner of war? No, not really war. All right.
I have
violated
crime.
I would say I have violated a few minor issues or situations, regulations, protocols, if you will, regarding treatment of prisoners when they impacted the safety of my parents.
Oh, very dark, very dark. Okay, and Jeremy, the mysterious one.
I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Yadro Irinki, and I'm the town tailor, and also, and hopefully at some point an avatar of the Raven Queen.
And if you follow this show and the other show, there could be some very fun things that could be appearing down the road here. Speaking of the avatar of the Raven Queen. But we'll find out more. All right, back to me. I'm Benito. Think I'll do a quick little recap. So, as we know, our group had captured Junior. He was in the prison cell, and a lot of speculation was going about what to do next. There's a lot of conversations. The biggest thing that kind of came out of a lot of stuff was Ash felt that he needed to resolve his situation with Diana and this court of Fae, and they and a couple other members left to go resolve that. Upon that, they did meet the Summer Lady, which it seems to be a very high-ranking, high-powerful deity, godlike power amongst these Fae, and they seem to be definitely something in the works. However, they did take Diana back, not leaving her to help anymore, but they did leave Ash, allow him to fulfill his obligations to the town, and left two elves of this court to help them out, and that has turned into a number of other beings from this court that are going to help out, and they're going to be introduced slowly down the road, but it'll be end up 4 centaurs, 2 Harringtons, a fairy, and a satyr. So that is what has joined the group along with these 2 elves, Aladrin. After that was resolved, they are now on the way heading back. And Shali and Ian basically found the secret situation with Pistachio, what had happened for 2 episodes to our small little furry friend, and it seemed to be that our little child had befriended him, or in terms captured him, and did not let him go, which he was pretty much infuriated with, but that has been remedied. Upon kind of deciding that they needed to go further out and check, Stephanie, our other Cadell, has already left and headed back to Breckenshire to resolve some of the issues of getting funds, after we found out that the Powells have pretty much funneled all the money to something in Breckenshire or elsewhere into possibly Ashton City. Upon doing that, Mshali found out that he definitely needs to get to his parents, and he was going to do some more investigation on his own, but that information came pretty abruptly and hard from Winston Powell Jr. himself, which landed Mshali in jail, which he used that position to get more information and getting an interesting tattoo that seemed to have revealed itself when all of a sudden Ian revealed some magical items that apparently he has had in his possession for some time. When that has happened, the tattoo showed up, and it is leading to even more questions for the town. And that is where we are going to kind of pick up. So, Ian, we're going to go to you. You're basically, your plans have been derailed. Let's just be blunt. You were supposed to do something with him, and I don't know exactly how you wish to go about resolving that with Thulsa, or just doing something else.
So, me going with Thulsa at this point, I'm free to go, or I'm still.
No, you're in prison. Ian's got to decide how he wants to go.
You're in jail.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's either gonna leave you.
Gotcha.
We're gonna see how your friendship weighs right now with Ian, because you're paying for the attack on Winston in Thulsa's mouth.
And I'd like to get him Shelley out of jail, but I also know that he did flat out just assault Junior because, well, he was mad and wanted information. So
I was not mad.
This is all you.
You weren't happy.
Mshali cannot respond. He's got to be quiet about this. You're linked up. You've been locked up. So you got to decide where you want to go. You had a plan. It is derailed from what you found out. Remember, most of the band is now missing. Or not missing. They're not here. You know, most of them have left.
That's true.
So it's not like you have other options besides your own or NPCs, which Stephanie has done, or this wasn't really your plan anyways, so it's up to you to kind of how you wanted to go about it.
Right.
Or you can find the heartbeat of the city, how things are going. You are the bard, so there can be however roles you want to investigate, occupy up.
Man, you just threw it all on me.
Well, it's you got derailed quick. You're the one that doesn't have an objective right now. The other guys are coming back to town. Thulsa's got something he has already told me. So until the others show up, and unfortunately, Winika's at the mercy of Matt right now. He can't do anything until Matt lets him.
Right.
Player to player.
So Thulsa, what would it take to get him Shali out of jail? Is there a cost? Like a fine that somebody could pay to get him out?
Well, technically, get M. Charlie out of jail. the local lord or lady would have to have a trial and determine a verdict of some kind, and then displacement of punishment or non-punishment, depending on the trial.
Okay, so literally what you're saying is I need to go talk to Carowin and see if she'll release him, due to the fact that he was not in the right state of mind due to not finding out that his parents were being held in another city and probably being tortured.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
Oh.
Technically,
So we have to go through the whole...
Lord or Lady Cadell inside the magic circle. Wake them up.
But isn't Carowin the acting lady right now?
No. She's acting like
who's running the town, Tulsa?
Hmm?
Who's running the town?
Well, Miss Carowin's taken up that role, but she's not the official. She has no legal rights to levy punishments or verdicts in a trial.
You are a man of your word. Let me say that. Okay. I'm gonna leave. I'll look at him, Chalet, and I'll be like, I'll see if I can get you out or something, and I leave. I could always light something on fire, but no, never mind. I'm gonna. I don't say that out loud.
We don't need both of us in here. I mean, Benito didn't think this was going to become a jailbreak campaign, but I mean, if we keep going.
You guys will be. I didn't imagine you guys were fighting for Wellshire, but now you guys are on the run from Wellshire.
Yeah.
Campaign turn.
We'll be singing Thin Lizzy before the night's out.
Give it time. Well, I guess I could go see if I can find Carowin to see if maybe she could help with this. But on the way there, I want to stop by the general store and talk to my contact there and see what he knows about the connections between maybe Ashton City and Junior and all that.
Well, I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna kind of save you some time in that. You already know.
Okay.
That's why you've been recruited. He knows
Right.
there's some ties, but he doesn't know the ins and outs. That was what you and Balin were supposed to find out.
Okay. Well,
You, as they say, are the boots on the floor to this matter.
right. Yeah, the lazy boots.
Well, you're pretty. You've been finding some pretty thick of it right now, so. I'll let you think.
Okay.
Ash. So Ash, Tyros, and Jiro, you were the three that had this new attack squad or unit, summer unit. We'll call it summer unit. So you were the summer unit. You're on your way back. Is there anything specifically you wish to go about? You will. The numbers of these individuals will show up. Introduce themselves, and now you are aware that you have a Eladrin Summer Court fighting force.
I just want to try and get to know some of them, who they are, what they do. Basically, find out who the fighters are, who the spellcasters are, etc., etc.
Okay.
Just get to know personalities and stuff.
All right. I need.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you. You're gonna need to give me a. Okay. Let's see. How are you going about discussing? Like, casually discussing with them, trying to get a feel of it, ordering who they are, and tell them what their state of business.
Definitely not ordering. I'm going to be polite and introduce myself. Say, hi, I'm Ash, priest. I'm this. You are, etc., etc. I'm glad handing. Being nice.
Okay.
Hi, how you doing?
Roll me.
I'm definitely not ordering any bronze.
Roll me a persuasion check.
All right. Come on. 10.
Okay, you the centaurs basically are just like, we're here to fight. We were told to, and Christako seems to kind of speak a little more for the others as he keeps you away from Scythilla. The other two are just also not approachable in a lot of essence. They're just kind of like, they kind of like hang out in their little group. He just kind of tells you they're ready and they're willing to fight because they were ordered to, and he doesn't know anything else more than that or cares to.
Okay.
Give me another persuasion check.
Actually, can I get an insight on them to see how he actually feels about it? Is he being?
You would, but you'd have
pissy
disadvantage.
about here? Never mind.
You can do it at disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Why not? Try and figure it out. Even at disadvantage, it comes up as a 13.
13? Okay. You feel that they're very prideful. They feel, he's not just sure who you are. It's more of respect to a rank that he doesn't probably quite understand out of you. So you don't think he's necessarily a bad person, but he's definitely not going to give you anything because he just doesn't have any respect for you. So you feel sort of disrespected out of him, but you're not entirely sure of the details why or any inclinations of he's kind of hinting at, because again, he's just not talking a whole lot to you. It's sort of very straightforward and kind of, gruff about it, stonewalling you.
Sort of aloof, and I'm here to do a
Yes.
job kind of thing, and I need to earn his trust at some point.
Yes.
All right.
And
What
another
was the
persuasion
other?
check.
You want another persuasion?
Yep.
Persuasion. That roll one. Go persuasion.
Can I aid?
You-
Or should I roll my own?
Depends on what
I mean,
you're doing. So how?
if your Jiro is with me, well, I'm not going to complain about trying to get no.
Sure. He'll give you advantage.
I rolled a 13. Rolled a 13 on that one, and the second roll comes out to a 16. So
Okay. So basically, with Jiro, you guys start talking. Yajiro's comments about clothing seems to intrigue the Harringtons. Harrigans. It's been a while since this is the first time I've got to have them, so it's enjoyable. So there's one female, one male. Summer Branch, the female of them, is very fascinated by Yujiro and like the talk of his cloth and stuff, and she seems like she would like to try different clothes that he would create for her for finds. Morning Light seems to be very talkative. He feels very confident fighter. He knows that they're underestimated because they look like what people call them rabbits. But they have served as loyal warriors to the pop this up. They have served very loyally in service to the Summer Vanguard, which they call the Firestorms. They are part of the standing armor called the Heat Wave Legion.
Heat Wave Legion.
Yes.
And what was the first thing you said? They were the Summer Guard.
They serve the Vanguard. Like, so the two Elven Eladrians that are with you
Summer Vanguard.
are part of a Vanguard called the Firestorms.
Okay.
He's kind of labeled what those two are. That meaning that you've now discovered from the Harrigans that they're not officially really part of those Eladrians. They're attached to them in service to them. So that's where they're kind of different. Okay.
All right.
Summer Branch is she seems very polite. She's respectful. She's very sure of herself. They seem to be very, very happy, but they do look pretty capable. I mean, they're very, very well armed, and like they look like they can handle themselves more or less. They're not small individuals. They're very tall. So you have that.
All right. Who are we moving on to now?
The satyr. So Yekum.
All of them. Let's get all of them to show us what makes them worth even having.
Show you.
I just want to get.
What do you mean, like test?
Let's get back to town without starting a fight or anything first.
Why were they sent? Why were they sent to us to? And obviously there's not a large amount of them, right? So
no.
the queen felt that this was enough to aid us in our task.
Yes.
So what makes them capable enough to do that?
You give me a...
And I'm mostly aiming that at the 2 Eladrins, because I don't like Eladrins.
Give me an insight check.
8.
Okay. You try to talk to him, and they
I mostly am trying to convince the 2 Eladrins to show me something.
They really just scoff at you and don't seem interested. Like, they're very... So they're they don't even sit with the other summer unit. They're like off about 15 feet during your breaks in time. And Fire Touch and Bernhardt just sit amongst themselves, kind of talk. And they give you that sense. You have been around enough soldiers because of your background that they're definitely those type of arrogant soldiers that you know they're capable. They don't feel like they ever have to prove anything, and if you feel like you push that too far, somebody's going to be lethally, really hurt bad. It'll probably be a wound that will leave either an amputation or a scar. They have that type of attitude with you, and in the set. So they're definitely vibing off that old feeling of you not liking them before. Okay.
Yeah.
So I need a roll for Yekum.
The satyr. Persuasion. Am I rolling this one at advantage too?
No, because Yajiro went off to fuck with the Eladrins.
Yeah, I figured. Alright, I only got a 10.
I'm confused. Why did I bother? I don't know why I rolled an insight check. I don't care about how they feel. I'm trying to persuade them to show me what they can do.
Well, that's the thing. You've been stonewalled in that part because of what you are picking up eternally from their attitudes. This is like a follow-up to something you just can't goad. They're not goadable type of individuals to put at a show for you when they don't, like you found out from the Centaurs, they don't even know who the fuck you guys are. So this is a military unit to them being sent to what you're assuming would be peasants, and then you're trying to tell them to do a dog and pony show to impress you. They're waiting for you to impress them. That's kind of the attitude you're getting. Especially from the Centaurs. Yekum seems to be very curious. The conversation with him, you seem like there's something about him, an inquisitive soul, but you feel like you talking to him you're giving him more than he's giving you. He definitely seems to be very knowledgeable.
Okay. I don't actually mind that. I'm trying to make friends.
Which
here,
one? Yekum is the satyr?
Yeah.
Yekum satyr.
So that's what you get from the group.
The fairy.
You don't know where he is.
Oh, okay. So the fairy is out being scouty.
You assume so.
All right. So I hope. Well, I don't really care. I mean, a fairy. Did I ever meet the fairy when he came through? Or?
You saw a fairy show up, but you don't know where he went after that.
Okay. So I know there's a fairy somewhere.
Yeah, and the unit is like very offish. Like again, like Fire Touch and Bernhardt, are more or less in charge. But they don't seem to be like doing much. They're not like Diana was kind of like, she was jibber jabbering when you got her going. These two like don't seem to care.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like pushed on the centaurs.
We should get Diana back. I don't like those two.
The Harringtons are the only talkative ones because they don't seem to care about what the centaurs think or the elves think.
Well, we've got what we got, and we need their help. We need to not antagonize them.
Okay.
I don't mind antagonizing stuck up.
I mind you
elves.
antagonizing them.
But I'm gonna go warmly greet the centaurs, the Haringons, and the satyr.
Yeah, that's why I gave him advantage on the persuasion. The rest. That's pretty much your feeling. You're at that point from going forward there. At that point, it's going to be a few days travel because remember, it was a few days out there. You guys come back, so you'll be back in town. Ian, you will. I think Jen is coming on soon, so you can do another pit stop somewhere else if you like before the group shows up.
We should go introduce them to Thulsa and Chalet. Wait, is Chalet back in town?
We don't know where Chalet is right now. But yes, we should introduce them to the lady first.
Well, we should definitely introduce them to Thulsa. I think I'd rather introduce them to Thulsa first because Thulsa being the sheriff basically, I don't believe that what we're dealing with.
Okay.
So we need to introduce them to the nobility first because they are guests in the noble's town. That's how it has to be. I know what you're saying. We've got to bring them to Carowin first. To not bring them to the lady in charge.
How about you continue? How about you continue on to bring them to the manor, and I'll break off and go get Thulsa, so we can all meet together at the manor.
That works.
Sounds good. All right, just as you get in town, Tyros, a familiar little friend has showed up. He climbs onto you, and he's gibbering a lot at you.
Pistachio, and he's running all over me.
No, he's not running all over you. He's in your ear. He's visibly upset.
Oh no! What's the word?
Well, are you speaking with an animal?
Yeah. Hold on, buddy.
All right. I know you can cast it.
Let me cast Beast Bond on you.
Speaker squeaking.
So, he tells you...
Did we get his items back?
Huh?
Did we get his items back when we let him go? Or
Yes.
Did she keep... Okay.
No. She gave everything back. Because you guys ratted out to her mom.
No.
So he tells you that a small of these human people of this town imprisoned him unfairly, kept him away from you, and he demands justice.
Oh, buddy. Who? What? How'd you let yourself get captured?
That's not the point. He was blindsided by nuts, and he didn't see what was happening. It was a trap by this evil little thing, and he wants justice.
Just what kind of just? And who? What do you mean, little thing? Where have you been?
I was trapped, imprisoned, against my will. Have you not been listening?
I think it's important that you're here now and you're fine.
Justice! Justice! He grabs you by the beard, your little face. Justice! There's something definitely heated going on with this squirrel.
You guys don't mind Pistachio. He's had a hard week. It's been rough. He was in prison. Where were you imprisoned? And you seem well fed.
That's not the point! These people are evil! They're small beings! Their little children are evil things! Let it burn!
Are you telling me a child trapped you?
Yes.
A little child trapped.
I am little too, Tyros. You're not getting the point. Justice! Justice for the forest!
Your little sword, your little armor. Did a little girl trap you?
Yes. Trap me.
Pistachio, I think we're just going to both have to let this one slide.
I'm crushed. He now falls off your shoulder, rolls down your arm into your hand, and looks defeated, dead, and upset.
I won't tell anybody about this if you don't tell anybody about it.
He whispers something in somewhat it seems like a dying breath. The town already knows they're in on it. I'm telling you, they'll betray you.
The what now? Is this Pistachio? Are you telling me real information, or is this about the little girl?
Would I lie about all this?
Hold on now. Say again. The who will betray the what?
The town will betray you. They're in on it.
The town?
Yes.
Are going to betray me.
They trap
I'm
me.
Whispering. I'm like leaning into Pistachio.
You.
Are you just mad because a little girl trapped you?
You may do an insight check on your Pistachio with advantage.
$20.
Yeah, he's done this before, a couple of times. A few times he did it with your mom when things were happening pretty poorly, but, it's dramatic. He doesn't get this much attention often. You usually always give it to your owl.
Alright. Well, I think you're going to be alright, Pistachio. It seems like you got your armor, you're well fed, you got out, you're back with me. You stick by my side, you'll be alright.
Fine. Alright. He goes off to a nearby tree. He's close, but not on you.
Alright. I'm looking around at this army crew here and everybody and all that, and I figure there's a lot going on here, and I want to get a better vantage point, so I fly up 30 feet to try to look around and see if there's anything coming our way I should be wary of.
Give me a perception check.
$17.
Things look good. You don't see anything off, but the town looks kind of peaceful. Nothing looks out of the ordinary from what you would assume. Ian, could you please roll me an investigation check, though?
$11.
Okay. It takes you time. Apparently, it's been a couple of days before you are usually in tune with when there are messages coming in and out of the town. You've kind of made that one of your routines.
Right.
You've been a little off, apparently, because your friend got in trouble. But you do find out that one of the couriers has left a couple of days ago because you were a little distracted.
One of the couriers had left?
Yeah, the town employs or has more or less 2 couriers that work for them for any important officials and the royal house, the Cadels.
Okay.
So, one of them is not here. You've heard one of them is left, which is Rosa Beck. And she apparently left 2 days ago. You usually check every day, but you got distracted.
I guess I want to try and find out who sent her and where she went.
How are you going to do that?
Well, I guess I'll ask the other courier first. to see if maybe they were offered the job too?
He doesn't know.
Okay, then I will go to the source. I'll go ask Carolyn.
Okay. Carolyn did not send any courier. And she didn't know that anyone was sent out.
Okay.
Did you check Balin?
No, I haven't checked Balin. I guess I'll go look for Balin.
Roll an investigation at disadvantage.
Yeah. $19.
At disadvantage?
Yeah.
Very impressive.
I rolled a 19 and an 18.
Very impressive. All right. Well, what do you know bonuses to those?
A +1.
Oh, +1. Okay. All right. You scurry around a little bit, and in your investigation, you basically come across Magdalene. Magdalene will tell you that Jean basically leaves notes if he's to leave, and apparently he left with Balin days ago to go to Breckenridge.
So they left before the letter or the courier left.
Going by the timeline, correct.
Okay. Well, now I need to figure out who sent this letter. Who else would send a letter?
I will let you know because your investigation was high. You don't know who sent the letter,
Yeah.
but a number of people did see Rosa Beck go north.
What town's north of us? I don't
You
know.
have maps.
Yeah, gotta find that.
Good luck with that. All right. So I thought Jen was showing up. Is that right?
She was 30 minutes out on her last message.
Oh, 30 minutes out.
Yeah.
Okay. So Carolyn will not. You will get to the townhouse. She's not available yet. The lady is taking a bath.
So I was talking when I was muted. It's Greyheim that's north of us. I'm looking at the map.
Good call.
Would I know anybody else in town who would have a connection to Greyheim?
A lot of people.
Damn.
Remember, Greyheim basically funded the city. It's
Right.
Gave the Caddells their, so it should be any Caddell. Could be the Powells. They're stewards of it. They could have responsibilities to that matter. The church could. Any number of
Could be the Haskets,
the general
Lorraine's.
store. Well, they don't have any involvement directly yet, because you don't know any about the people of Greyheim, but you're looking at the people in town, so it'd be anything of that. I mean, like, any type of business could have been that, but again, who would use Rosa is a little bit more delicate, so what you need to give me would be another investigation check at straight investigation check.
$15.
Okay, so obviously any of the Caddells could use it.
Yeah.
The Weapon Master Dennett could do it. The Horse Master could do it, James Badeau. Those would be the people of the house.
Okay.
So, in truth, if you empowered... Right now, your militia is a little off-centered, so you not...
Yeah.
I mean, technically, any of the military members could do it, but a lot of them are disarray since the Wellshire riders went, and everyone's kind of a different place. you don't feel 100% about it, but Thulsa Doom could do it. The Temple could do it, so Ash could do it. Michelle could do it. Who's the other guy?
So there's a lot of people who could send information to and from Greyheim if they needed to.
Yeah.
Especially with the way the town is now.
Yeah, I mean, but that was their job. I mean,
right.
Obviously the Caddells get first play to that, but and again, anyone who needs something else from Elna or the general store or whatever, there could be a small petition if there's not a whole lot of work, just to keep them occupied. Could be doing it for certain goods, but then you'd have to hit every store to find out if someone did do that. You know the foxes wouldn't use them. None of the hornets would use them.
Well,
None of the
I think
farmers.
we'll start with the weapon and the horsemaster. Talk to them. See if they send a letter and prod and pry about what it could be about.
Okay, so you're going to
Because
go
I'm
out to do that.
curious. Yep.
You're doing that. All right. Ash, you're back in town. The lady's occupied. You have a new unit. Give me an investigation. At advantage.
Oh boy, might need 0 on that. Oh, I need it. 14.
So while you're coming in, Gawis is heading to the Old Wolf pub, and as you goes in, he hails you and goes, "Oh, hello, Ash. How are you?"
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Did you know one of the head foxes got himself arrested?
What?
Yeah, hello, I'm Charlie. Could you believe I'm Charlie? Of all the foxes, got himself in already some hot water.
And Shale got himself arrested?
Yeah. Old Thulsa got him locked up good.
I'm sure Thulsa has an excellent reason for it.
Of course, Thulsa's straight by the book, that one.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. He's a good man. I never doubt Thulsa's intentions. I never doubt his judgment. He's a good one.
Yeah, we're wondering if you're gonna hang him or exile him. Are you gonna exile him, Charlie?
I don't think exile is I don't know what happened. I'll have to find out what's going on, but I will definitely.
They say he skinned a prisoner.
That sounds like an exaggeration.
No, of course.
Certainly does.
I heard it from Alan. He told me himself. He was nearby looking and heard there was screaming and a skinning going on in the prison cell. That's why Thulsa had to lock him up.
I'm sure Mshale did not skin anybody or even
What are you talking about? He's a
kill
hunter.
anybody.
He skins it. He skins things all the time.
Animals and prey, but he's an honorable man when it comes to people.
No, Alan said Ian tried to get him out, but he said he was rabid, frothing at the mouth when he skinned him.
Ian said he was rabid at the mouth?
Alan told me said Ian was trying to get him out, but that was the description from what was happening in the cell.
Alan heard from Ian that Shali's skinning people.
Right.
It sounds like things have been a little exaggerated here.
Alan tells good stories all the time. I listen to him. I'm at the pub.
There are wonderful stories, and I have grown up listening to them all my life, and always found that there's a hint of truth behind all of them, and they're often exaggerated to make a good story. But I will go look into it.
Well, if you need any of a mob to string him up and punish him, I'll teach that boy a lesson.
If ever there's a hanging, we'll not be doing it with a mob, but thank you for your interest in seeing justice done.
How about we throw him in the well? That's my people's specialty. He'll learn his lesson then.
Not a witch. Not a witch.
He was skinning people.
That's for sure.
Ash, when you skin people, you got to think they have some type of demonic ability.
If that were to be the truth, then I would say there's definitely some possession of some sort going on, but I don't see that happening here.
Well, you're a man of God, and I know you see all, but I'll take your word for it. But just in case, I'll let you know I'm right here for you.
And we appreciate that. Always appreciate the talent.
Oh, make sure you come by later and get a drink with me.
Absolutely. I'll let you know what I find out.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you too. I think I need to go to the prison. I wish Jen were here.
Okay.
Since the lady is indisposed, as I find out, she's in the bath. I will bring the Summer Vanguard guys to the church. Ask that they wait there until the lady is available, and I'll introduce them to Michelle and the other couple priests, and offer them the hospitality of the church. Tell them that they, so long as they're here helping and everything, they absolutely have our protection and the church's hospitality.
Yeah.
And then I will excuse myself and move hastily to the jail and find out what that is going on.
All right. So, Tyros, do you wish to follow him? Jiro's already on the way.
Yeah, I've been eavesdropping the whole time. I'm interested. I'm going to keep following along, see if I can help.
All right, so Thulsa, Ash, Tyros, and Yujiro are at your prison door. Coming in.
I just walk in and say, hey, Thulsa, I'm hearing rumors. What's going on?
Oh, not too much. Things are a little quiet in the town right at the moment. Just keeping an eye on the prisoners.
There are also two other guards in there too, just to let you know.
Okay. I'm aware of who one prisoner would be. Who is the other?
Well, we got Junior, and then M. Shalley's taken up residence in the cell as well.
Okay. Is Junior okay?
No, he looks hurt. He doesn't look
really.
played.
Oh,
He's hurt.
That's why M. Shalley's in the shell.
Okay. Try to spin a yarn and tell a tale to me so I know what's going on?
Oh, I ain't spinning no yarn. But, see, Junior placed in my custody, and I had him in my cell. And M. Shalley came along and kind of asked some questions about, what Junior knew about M. Shalley's father and mother missing. And not liking Junior's reticence on speaking, M. Shalley drew down and shot him with an arrow.
That's not. Yeah. Okay.
So
That's not good.
unfortunately, he attacked a prisoner in my care, and so I had to arrest M. Shalley and put him in the shell. Of course, that let M. Shalley interact with him more, but that's beyond my control because they're in the cell together.
That's understandable. Has Junior been healed? Prisoners deserve to be treated humanely.
That was my thinking. I did have somebody around at the call for you guys, but the way we've all been busy and running around, I'm not sure the messenger even found yet.
Well, I'm here now. There are bars on the cell, I assume, that I can reach through.
Oh yeah.
Junior, what?
Am I able to see this? Am I
Yes,
close enough?
you're close by, within earshot. You could disrupt this if you would like.
Yeah, it's a single cell. This is like Mayberry,
Yeah,
So
this is Mayberry shit.
Yeah. I'll simply say
jail from The Walking Dead. You guys are just,
I'll simply say to Ash, I offered to help, but I was told no.
That's fine. But
He's a maniac, Ash. A maniac.
I'm sure we'll find out what's going on for here, but can you come over here and I will heal those wounds for you?
Yes, he goes over to you.
Prisoners in town deserve healing. How badly messed up is he?
It's a wound. It's nothing severe. Whatever you heard earlier
then I'll
was,
just do,
was like nowhere near what's happening.
I'll just do cure wounds on him.
Actually, give me a medicine check because of the way the story was told.
As I said,
right there.
Fails.
Medicine, not good. He definitely has a skin 12.
12. Okay, the only thing you basically will come out is you can confirm that it was an arrow used.
Okay, well, I cast Cure Wounds and give him 7 hit points back.
Okay, he's looking much better, feeling better.
Alright.
And he now insists that you take him out of this cell and put him in a more political confinement.
Unfortunately, that is outside of my purview. If our captain of the guard feels you're best here, then you have to be here. And I'm sure from here on out he will see to your protection.
I call upon your the protection of your god as a keeper of the eye of watching over the local constable.
So you're going to try and invoke that the guy who has been instrumental in putting this town at jeopardy should be protected from a young man who apparently has been pissed off by him. You can't handle yourself in a jail cell? I thought you were made of sterner stuff. Cross watches those who watch themselves. He's not a fool.
You may use persuasion at advantage.
Actually, I think I'd rather be intimidating in that case.
Okay, roll intimidating. That's fair.
I think I was using an intimidating tone.
Go for it.
Ah! Natural 20.
Alright, he whimpers a bit, but goes, "Fine! I will show you my strength as a pal." He looks at you, Mshale, with disgust and disdain, but will sit proudly in his seat opposite of you.
Now,
Junior, but if your dad had put more money into giving me a better place to keep prisoners, then he'd be in a better place to keep prisoners. But this is what the town can afford.
there's something to what he said.
Wherewithal, I would not think I would be in a cell. Hindsight 2020.
So what you're saying, if you would have made a better cell if you thought you were ever going to be in one?
I mean, I didn't mean it like that. Whatever.
You said it.
Well,
so let's remember that.
The other option that's been given that I turned down was putting you in the ground. So you could be in the ground, or you could be in a cell.
You'll be sorry if you guys put me in the ground, Tulsa. You're not very good constable helping out anyways. You let him come in here and stab me with that arrow anyways.
I wanted to put you in the
Madman.
cell, but the other people want to put you in the ground. So you're in the cell because that's what I want.
Well, you
If you
better.
want to be in the ground, well, I could just stop doing my job and then let everybody else have their way, and you can be in the ground.
Well, I
it's
don't
worth-
want that, Tulsa. I mean, would you just whatever?
For what it's worth, I'm with Dulce on this. I'm going to keep you above ground. Now I'm going to go to the other side of the cell over by Mshale and go, "Hey, what's up?"
He spoke. My parents have been taken far north. They're in the hands of great enemies. They may currently be alive, but they are likely to be being tortured. He withheld that information. I encouraged him to speak.
You encouraged him with an arrow.
I tried other means
Okay.
first.
I'm not a fan of your final solution. Glad to know where your parents are, though. I'm not glad to know their fate.
Their fate is not yet sealed. That is why he still breathes.
Fuck you,
And I will look dead at him. Do you wish to take back those words? And I will be very intimidating.
Roll.
Not intimidating enough, apparently. The bars are helping him a little bit.
Yeah, he was told to look tough too, so he's kind of bolstering on that.
Yeah.
He kind of sneers at you.
Yeah. Let's try and dial this down a little bit. No one is going to be helped by anyone getting into a prison fight by fighting with each other. Junior has some questions to answer. He's answered some of them, but there are other things going on here, and you know it.
One of the soldiers shows up, Ashley Dawson. Excuse me, Priest Ash?
Yes.
The lady has done her bath.
All right. I look at both Junior and Chalet. You guys are going to be good for Thulsa, right?
I am always good. The question
Junior?
for Junior is, does he want me to be excellent or not?
You need to chain that dog up.
And Chalet, I understand what we're going through.
Well, I kind of just did.
I have pressing business. Things are good here, right? And Chalet?
Right as rain, Ash.
All right. Don't make this worse. I have to go, and I leave.
Okay. Lady
Go to
Caroway,
the church.
welcome.
Hello. Oh wait, I'm not at fair anymore.
You're not a fair, but you can go with it. We had you preoccupied in a nice bath. You have been relaxed after your evening. One of the guards will let you know. He goes, "Milady, there has been soldiers of a very odd type show up with the priests."
I assume I'm out of the bath. He's not reporting to me while I'm.
No, of course, you're decent. This is after.
Oh, okay, good. That would be awkward.
He doesn't have that type of privileges.
What do you mean by unusual?
Some of them look like horses, ma'am. Others rabbits. I think one's a goat person. Along with more elves, milady.
A horse. They look. Are you saying that they're ugly?
No, ma'am. They look like have horse bodies. Like, you know, the little rump and even the tail that swishes back and forth.
Right.
And two of them are rabbits.
Well, don't. Okay, I will go and.
I'm not mad, milady. I mean it. They came with the priest and your tailor.
I believe you. I will go and check this out.
Would you like me to rouse the guard? I can get Thulsa.
No, I'm sure that by now, if this has been a while, I'm sure that Thulsa has known.
Well, I don't know. He's too busy holding up that prisoner, the political one, the steward.
The steward's son.
Yeah, and he arrested one of your foxes.
He did what now?
He arrested your fox. The one you like. Your friend, the boyfriend of your cousin.
My cousin doesn't have a boyfriend.
Are you sure? Everybody's
quite,
been seeing them around here with each other.
Quite. We are not in the habit of.
Oh, they're just a fancy. Well, your cousin's fancy of a fox. He's the one that got arrested.
So are you commonly the type that goes and gossips about?
Well, we don't have much to
Lord
do
of-
when you stand around and guard people.
But
All you gotta
you're
do
doing
is just
it-
watch what they do and then gossip about them. Do you want to know what we
Yeah.
gossip about you?
Yeah, please.
We know you have you have a fancy too. That little funny speaking one with the funny hat.
Sure. Yeah.
And we know you got pretty good lines with the tailor too. He is a pretty handsome fella.
Jaro.
Yeah. He dresses very well. Those foreign types from the East.
Don't you think he's a little
I don't
too
know.
pretty?
I'm just a low-level soldier. I ain't gonna get any good pieces of asses around here. Unless you promote me, then maybe I'll get something.
You could ask Jaro. He might.
Oh, you think
I'm
you're
walk-
gonna like me?
I'm walking and talking at this point.
Oh, okay.
I'm-
Did you still want me? You didn't want me to rouse any more guard?
You said they came in with Yajaro and Ash,
Yeah, I'm the squirrely elf guy.
the squirrely elf guy.
Yeah, you know,
Okay.
the nutty one who talks to the little ruggers and things that run around
Nope.
the town.
I know exactly which one you're referring to.
Oh, right, good.
That
You're
one
so
I
smart,
got.
my lady.
You know that they do all have names, right?
No, I don't know their names because they never talked to me. This is the first interaction I've really had with anybody. It's pretty nice, my lady.
I can tell. All right, where were you posted?
I was posted in the house this time, my lady.
In the house.
Yes,
Not
ma'am.
not at the door.
Nope, that's for more important people with better eyes than me, my lady. I got better ears.
I can tell. Okay. Back to your post, but only your post. There's no need for you to be wandering around.
Yes, ma'am.
And stay on target.
Stay on target.
Where did they bivouac these new troops? Out of curiosity.
I think they went to the church, my lady.
To the church. Right. I'll be heading that direction then. Thank
Okay,
you.
good day.
Good day.
All right.
And off I walk.
As you get like 30 steps out from the estate, you will run into Ash, Yajiro, and Tyros.
Ah, good. What the hell is going on, guys?
This is catch-up session.
Yeah, what isn't going on?
Well, from what the guard just said, yeah, what the hell isn't going on? But what's going on with you guys? You've been gone for a little bit, and then I hear we've got an interesting group of people who have joined you?
Yes. So let's head over to the church. You were very busy, so I brought them there.
I was quite busy, yes.
Hey, everybody needs a bath. It's important. I'm not. No wasn't being joking.
How did you know what I was doing?
And you shut him up. He got ready.
Exactly. I just noticed
that.
What?
I'm being put in question. Well, it's a good opportunity for our good Tyros to come. Tyros or Yajiro to speak in behalf.
Also, we found Pistachio. He's okay.
Oh, huzzah.
Hey.
Yay.
Oh, he's back.
I'm very thrilled that we found Pistachio.
Where is?
All right. She asked you how you knew she was taking a bath.
Yeah.
How did I know she was taking a
I
bath?
said,
No, Ash.
Okay.
your guard said you were indisposed, taking a bath.
I might have to have a talk with Dulce. They speak a little too much.
There are loose lips within the town. I've found very recently that are not really great for us. But before we get to those things and the problems, let's handle the solution or the help first. How's that?
Please.
Oh,
She's gonna lean in and whisper, and he said, "Horse people." What did you bring? Okay. Do I know what a centaur is? Like, did any of the descriptions that we got ring any bells? Did I understand any of what that guy told me?
Give me an Arcana roll, or are you proficient in Arcana?
I am probably not proficient in Arcana. Absolutely not. Do you want history instead?
Nope.
Okay. I got an 18 straight because I have nothing to add to it.
Okay. What you know, these are definitely fairy tale. Like these are descriptions. The centaurs. You've never heard of what these rabbit people are called, or the goat guy, whatever. You just never heard of them. They're real legends, fabrications told by old wives to entertain the children at the hearth fire.
Centaurs, like from fairy tales. What I don't.
Diana has returned to the summer court. I had a conversation with one of the ladies of the spring court. Apparently, they're allied with the summer. Sorry, Diana was with the summer court. Yeah, so.
Yeah, you spoke with only summer. You didn't speak with any spring court people.
Oh, I thought you said spring court.
I
okay.
did.
So
I told you of a spring name. The spring lady was very important.
Oh, the lady. That's right.
But
right.
you didn't meet her. You just met the summer lady.
Okay. I met with the summer lady at a fairy circle, and Diana has gone back to her queen, but the summer lady has agreed to send us assistance to ensure the safety of Wellshire during this time of the Black Zodiac. You are about to meet creatures who are from legend. Are you ready?
I mean, when I was a kid, I used to dream about like riding on a centaur, but I mean, I didn't. That wasn't real.
Are you? All right. Hold on. Gotta make sure the spell does what I think it does.
Uh-oh.
Nope. I can tell you're a little rattled. I'm going to cast guidance on you. So right before we go into the church's cross will protect you and guide you down the path. So when you make your next ability check, you get a D4 to add to it.
Actually, that's cool. I'm actually going to use detect thoughts. I'm not going to push in. I want to make sure he's not off his rocker.
Okay.
So whoop, and there he goes again. He's embarrassed.
Yeah. Your initial detect thoughts is he's very serious. But you've known Ash for some amount of time to know he's a very serious dude.
Right.
Like, if you thought someone was crazy, it might more or less be Tyros. If Tyros told you. If you thought someone was fucking around with you, it would be Jiro.
Right.
So.
But yeah.
Don't raise your hands, Jeremy. You know the type of shit you pull.
And that's part of the reason I think why she would have been like, is he okay? But if she's getting pure serious thoughts, he's not been drinking, he's not been doing spice or whatever equivalent that would be, then she's going to be like, okay, after you, dear.
All right. So you will go to the church and basically hanging out inside in the park. There's definitely some of the other priests that from normally occupy. But there are two very handsome-looking, amazingly clad knight armor Eladrins. They have, very similar to what Diana had, complete plate mail, links of fire, kind of like embling around the crustman of their armor. Very, very well crafted. Like, as a fighter, understanding armor and stuff like that, you know that this was specifically crafted for them, and it was done by a very master-crafted smith. And sure enough, there are 4 centaurs, so half man, half horse. One of them is a female. She seems to have very tribalistic things all around her in that part. The others definitely look very warrior-like. There are 2 very tall, lean Harringtons, which are the rabbit folk. They also look very well, light armor. There's a female one holding a crossbow, another one a sword and shield, the male. There is a lightly dressed, but with goat legs and horns, which you kind of remember in the fairy tale stories as a satyr, is also amongst your group. Strangely enough, too, finally everyone else is seeing, standing on one of the benches on the end is a small freaking little fairy guy. It's a little butterfly, the little dragonfly wings on his back, with a bow. He allowed himself to be seen. And this makes up the 10 individuals that apparently are now forming this summer court union.
Okay.
So I actually say, I go into a formal mode and I say, Lady Carowing Cadell, I present to you the members of the Summer Vanguard who have been asked to join us and assist in guarding, helping us through these troubling times.
She is going to try to keep the disbelief and awe I imagine she's feeling off of her face.
Hence the gun.
And she's going to kind of nod and smile and say, quietly say welcome and thank you. But in Ash's head, he's going to hear her say, "How do I address these people? How do I not be rude? What should I not say?"
Do your best. You can't screw up if you be yourself.
Right.
You got this.
So the one with the bow, the Eladrin with the bow, walks up and goes, "My lady, I am Bernhardt of the Vanguard of the Summer Court. I serve in the Firestorms. These other individuals of the Heatwave Legion are at your disposal in defense of your town for this individual that the Queen seeks to bring back, of that of Ash of his church. We are to keep him alive, keep his happiness of this town in his protection, that he may fulfill it, and then he will be the Queen's. That is why we are here."
When he says he will be the Queen's, she will glance at Ash with a raised eyebrow. Kind of a question.
I'll explain it later.
Very well. Then in a louder voice to address the group, she will say, I appreciate your coming, and we appreciate your help. If you have any requirements that I should know about, let me know.
Requirements? Like removing the stick from his ass.
Your girl, shut up.
We do not know what positions these other, and he waves a hand both at Yujiro and Tyros, hold in your role, but to know that we protect the Queen and serve the Queen's desires, it is more than fitting for us to be very similar in the role here. If you wish to have all of us in the house, we may. If you just wish me and my companion, which he points to the Eladrin, to be the only two of so, we can. We understand that the Heatwave Legion can be a little of a rabble, so to speak, sometimes. It is, however, the lady wishes for us to fulfill the goal to retrieve that man.
Well, Ash, Yujiro, and Tyros are all a part of my personal guard. And advisors. And I don't know your rank structure. I assume, Sir Bernhardt, that you are the Legion's leader?
No, madam. We are part of a very elite unit that has protected and serves the Queen. We do have a higher one amongst of the Firestorm, but he was not given the task to this operation.
So then who is your direct sergeant or lieutenant or...
Well, for us, we would operate in this field. But if we were to go home and report, we would report to Starglobe.
In other words, these two gentlemen are the commanders here of this group. They're the ones we should go to whenever we need them to do stuff.
Very good. Ash, I know you just got back, but are you aware of anything pressing that I should assign them? In my experience, idle soldiers are soldiers that will find something for themselves to do, and I don't know that... He said rabble earlier, and I just want to make sure everybody stays happy.
Perhaps Yajiro could take them to the house and familiarize them with the threat while you and I go deal with another pressing matter over at the jail.
That works for me.
So I've returned with Tulsa, right?
No, you followed Ash with Tyros to back at the house to see Carowin. Carowin was leaving, and then you guys filled her in that you have the army. Went back to the church, showed the army. Now he's telling you to go back to the house with them to show them the circle on the floor, the ritual circle. He's gonna go try to deal with Thulsa about Amshali.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
That's confusing to me, because I could have swore like 20 minutes ago I said I was walking away to go get Thulsa.
You were, but I had him catch up with you, and then remember we had the whole cell thing? You were there. You had kind of stepped away a couple times and stuff like that going on. So he found out, all of the three of you found out what happened to Amshali in the cell with Thulsa.
Okay, but I figured I would have brought Thulsa back. But okay.
Well, he seems intent on keeping an eye on Powell, Winston Powell Jr., because apparently, from what you've heard, Amshali attacked him, and he was hurt significantly enough that Ash had to heal him. So Thulsa is trying to keep a political prisoner alive.
Actually, Jaro, before you run off with these fine people, Ash, I have a thought.
Okay.
And I'm saying this quietly, not so the general public can hear.
We could, walk off to the side of the church, too.
Okay. We all know that we've got a possible problem, and I'm going to get Thulsa's input on this. I want to. We need to. But we all know that we have a possible or probable threat within town, former followers or non-followers of Junior and his dad.
Right.
What do you think about us using these completely unbiased, non-bribable, I would hope, one or two of them to help Thulsa, so at least he gets some sleep? And he may not necessarily trust them because he doesn't know them, but that's why I want to get his input. But what are your thoughts on that?
I think that makes a lot of sense. They're here to protect us and this town, and if we let them know that this is the guy that's right at the center of it all, and we need him alive, they'll follow through with that.
All right.
I think.
All right.
Probably
promise that. I think
somewhat careful with that, right? Because doesn't Thulsa not really like spellcasters?
Well, that's part of why I want to get his input. So here's my...
Here, though.
Well,
I mean,
they're all warriors.
They're Fae folk, right? So they're all magical beings. I don't trust a single one of them. We have to, but I don't really trust any of them.
I have a completely off-the-cuff and strange question for you, Jaro. Who do you trust?
I was thinking that was going through my head.
I trust.
You sure you're
Jale.
disconnected?
I trust my brother. I trust Ian. I trust Thulsa. I trust Lady Caroline. I trust Ash now because we've kind of hashed out what could have led to a dispute between the two of us. I have people that I trust. I have a lot of more people that I don't trust.
I will make sure to let Balin know that she's not on that list.
Is she really worth trusting? I'm not.
You did also right in front of Tyros' face too. I just want to add.
Just like eavesdropping, like
Tyros already knows I don't
on the
trust
wall.
him. Yeah.
So here is my thought at this point.
It's good to have it's good to have a skeptic around. That's for sure.
This is true. Maybe it'll keep the rest of us honest, but it is Yajaro. So here's my thought. Ash and I will head to the jail and go talk to Thulsa. Yajaro, why don't you go ahead and bring this troop to the house and give them their tour and so on and so forth, and then bring Sir Bernhardt back to the jail so that he can meet Thulsa and we can have that discussion, if you please.
Alright.
I would appreciate it.
Hey, you, stick figure. Let's go. Grab the others.
Ujiro, be nice. Please.
I'm being very
Be
nice.
To Ash, who is stick figure?
I think he's talking about the elves.
Ah.
They don't get up.
That's fine. I'll start walking without him.
I look at the group. I say, I look at I say Fire Touch Bernhardt. I know he's abrasive, but he's the one that knows the most about this threat to the town. And he can show you directly what we are dealing with. I ask you to please give him some leeway. He has views that are different from yours.
We are sent here to keep you safe and keep you sort of happy. But I will let you know, if the smart-ass one wishes to continue to push himself, insulting the court, especially our type of court, is a good way to find a very long line of punishment.
Okay, I can see now that there is some tension, and I can appreciate that. I'm not sure how much I like this one, but Tyros and Yajaro, would you mind, please, giving a tour to these lovely people? And Tyros, can you please bring Yajaro and Sir Bernhardt back? If it doesn't trouble you too much.
Not at all. That sounds good.
Is
you,
that more acceptable, Sir Bernhardt?
We like him, yes.
Because he's got pointy ears, too.
In your head, Yajaro is going to hear, I best not hear any more racist talk from you. Or so help.
I can't
or so
respond
help
back
me.
to the thoughts, right?
Yes.
You can.
Oh, all right. Okay, so
Without being overheard.
I'll reply. Apologies. I just really don't like this guy, but I'll make it work.
It's the pointy-eared comment that got you, that is giving you an invisible admonishment with my finger right now, because I can't do that because everybody will see it. Don't make me really have to do it.
I mean, it's the easiest way to point out the fact that they're different, is it not? Pointy ears, round ears. And I'll point to Zeros' ears and point to my ears.
Nobody knows anything. They just see him going.
Well, here's doing this little, like, we're crazy. That's what everyone else thinks in the inside. All right,
I'm just going to glare at him and walk
Tyros
away.
is taking them into the house?
Tyros with Yajaro.
With Yajaro.
Because
Okay.
Yajaro does know the most about what's going on in that aspect with the runes and everything.
You're just taking the 2 Eladrins. Fire touch.
No, I
and
thought we
burn.
were bringing everyone.
Are you
I
bringing
thought it
the
was
whole
the
unit?
troop.
The whole troop?
Yeah.
I meant the lot.
Oh, okay. I thought it was everybody. If it's just
That's
the
why I'm
Eladrin, then
asking.
that's
It's
fine.
up to you. I'm just asking.
Nope, I'm fine with
I
just the Eladrin.
Okay.
I mean,
And if
they
the
are
rest-
the superiors, right? So they'll disseminate the information, I'm sure. So
Yes.
And the rest are free to stay at the church until we find better accommodations for them.
Okay.
As we walk away, I'll ask Ash, do they have camp material? Do we need to find hardened shelter for what do they have? What do they don't have?
I think we need to find actual housing for them. They don't have camping material that I've seen.
looks
We
like they
should
brought
treat them-
themselves.
We're walking away, Charles.
We should treat them as guests and honored guests if we can.
Just do me a favor and make sure to keep your eyes out that nobody in town decides to try to put the centaurs or the satyr in the barn. Or the rabbit, the Haragon.
That sounds like reasonable statements.
Okay.
I
As
you
you,
have
ready
a
for your-
funny feeling that would be very insulting.
all right. As you walk away, Ian, your investigation has led that they did not also send a letter at any time lately. Where would you like to go now?
Let's see. So they didn't send it. Carowin didn't send it.
I didn't tell you that Carowin didn't.
I thought you did.
No, I think I
Yeah,
told
you
you
did.
the weapon master. I thought you asked.
Oh yeah, but before then I said.
Oh
I
yeah,
talked
okay,
to
yeah,
Carowin.
you know Carowin did. No, Balin.
Yeah.
You asked for about Balin, I thought.
Okay. That's right, because she left early. So.
Yes.
Well, I guess I'll go find Lady Carowin and ask her. And
Amazing. Okay, so
Do that.
you're walking out, and you see Yujiro and Tyros going into the estate as you leaving the house, and there are 2 highly armored elven people that you remember Diana wearing the same armor, but they're smaller elven people walking into the house behind them.
did I ever meet her?
Diana, yes.
Okay.
You didn't really talk to her. You just kind of overheard a lot of the shit that she was causing. But you
Okay.
do recognize the arm. Like the arm, you're astute enough to put 2 and 2 together. So it's
Right.
definitely something of that matter. But when you notice them, you do see Ash and Lady Carowin walking, like from the church. So you can see it from there.
Then I will run up and catch up with Ash and Lady Carowin.
Okay.
And follow them and see where they're going.
As you're going up, leaving also with from the church is a littler guy. He's definitely shorter than you. He's about 4 feet, with weird goat-like legs and horns on his head. And he's not wearing any shirt or anything like that. He's following those 2.
I'm gonna
Ash,
run up to him.
Ash, you clocked him too. You know he's kind of following. He's
Bard, I'm not surprised.
I'm always looking for a good story.
Okay. Well, you don't know who he is.
I know.
Okay, so you run up to him, not Carowin.
Yeah, I want to know who he is, where he's from.
Oh, he goes,
This is more interesting.
What? You okay?
Yeah, are you? Who are you?
Do
Where
I
are you
look-
from?
Do I look hurt?
Hurt? No.
Am I in danger?
You broke up there, Benny. Couldn't
I
hear
said, am I in danger?
you. No.
Oh, then I am good. Are you good?
Yes, I'm good.
Oh, good.
What's your name?
I am Yuckum. Who are you?
I'm Ian.
Oh,
I'm the storyteller of this town.
I see. What stories do you have?
I have lots. What about you?
Do you know much about that man?
Which man? Art? Ash?
Ash Art. Yeah, you do know his. You know his controller. No, I'm just asking. Yes, that's one. Ash.
Well, I know a few stories of him. We've traveled, done a few things, but you know. Why?
He is.
Do you have stories about him?
No, I am here to collect those stories. He is important to the Queen.
Which queen?
The Queen. You don't look like you know the Queen.
I do not know the queen.
Who are you?
I'm Ian.
I know that name, but what is that to the Queen?
Yeah, I'm gonna get tired of this and go up to Ash.
But we were telling stories, man.
No, you were asking questions.
It is important for me. Okay, he's following. Ash, as you and Lady Carol are walking, in between you shows Ian.
Hi.
Even before Ian gets to say hi, I'm assuming my passive perception is high enough to know he's there.
Yeah, you heard the conversation, all that stuff.
As he's walking up, I'll say, Ian, we're going to need your help spreading some better stories.
Okay, what stories have you heard, and how do I change them?
Well, the current story going around is that, as we're walking toward the prison, that Mshale skinned a prisoner. That
He didn't skin a prisoner, he shot a prisoner.
Right, but the townsfolk think he skinned a prisoner.
Who would tell them that?
I don't know, but you're the storyteller, so you need to correct the tale.
Okay.
Shally did what? Who? What? What?
Jen's
Okay,
face.
so I'm sorry, Lady Carolyn. I will break it down what happened. Me and Mshale were going to leave town to go back to Breckendale to try to find where his parents had gone.
What kind of a storyteller are you? Isn't it Shally and I?
English is not my first language. So we were getting ready to get people together to go back and try to find his parents. On the way, we decided to stop by the thing to ask Junior about if he knew anything. We found out that Junior did know something. He got angry, shot Junior in the leg, which unfortunately made him lose his armor and weapons and get put in there with Junior. And yeah, that's where he's now. He's in jail with Junior because he shot Junior because Junior knows more about his parents than Junior was letting on.
Hence where we're going right now.
And
yeah, speaking of which, can you get him out of jail? Can you tell Thulsa to let him go? Because, you know, Thulsa's that by-the-book kind of guy.
But that's what keeps... Okay. When did Mshale try to skin Junior?
Yesterday, a couple hours ago? I don't know. Not that long ago.
That's the story I was told, and that's the story going around town, and that's why I need Ian to correct that.
I can fix the story. That's not a problem. I just want Mshale out of jail.
Mshale can't just be let out of jail.
So,
do we have to pay a fine? Can he, you know, stay with somebody who's trustworthy? You know, is there something we can do along that line?
I'm not sure how the townsfolk is going to feel about attempted murder. So,
no, it wasn't even close to attempted murder. A flesh wound at best.
Ian, it doesn't help that you're trying to spin it.
I'm not spinning anything. I was there. I saw the whole thing. He shot an arrow. It kind of went into the leg, you know, maybe a little bit protruding out. We got it pulled out. He was patched up, you know. He was hurt, but he wasn't, like, bleeding out to death or anything. And it's Junior. Who cares?
I kind of agree, but at the same time, I can't agree. Not in public. And the townsfolk is going to hear skinning and think attempted murder.
Okay, so if I can get...
Oh no, they already think murder.
They think that he
to
murdered?
change their opinion from skinning to slightly wounded or a graze, would then we be allowed to get him out of jail?
Wait, you went from protruding to grazing. I'm a fighter.
No, this is what the townsfolk believed happened, not what you have to believe that happened.
I need to know both.
The
I need
truth
to
is he
mitigate-
shot him in the leg. He did not hit any vital arteries that I could tell of. I'm not good at medicine either, so I can't tell. He did not do anything besides shoot him, rip the arrow out, and then tie up the wound.
Has Junior been healed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shale tied a bandage on there nice and tight, really made sure that the bleeding had stopped.
I've cured
Ash?
him. I've healed him as well.
Oh, you healed
I
him?
healed him.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, I didn't know that part.
Okay.
When I got back
I
to town,
offered to
healed
heal him. I offered to go in and heal him, but I was told not to by Thulsa.
Oh, I took a bath. What the fuck is going on?
You're the ruler of the town, milady.
I've got to be
Must be.
clean. God, I leave
Oh.
you guys alone for 5 minutes. Maybe 3 hours, but still.
We
Well-
gave you 3 hours. The town's
I'm
still
gonna,
standing. Nothing burned
You
down.
guys are children. That's what I said. Quiet.
I'm gonna leave you guys to deal with this, and I'm gonna go back to our new visitors and try and make sure their accommodations are being met. That's all I can do at this point. So.
Did I notice, you said it was a satyr that was following us?
Yes.
Did I notice him?
What's your passive?
Not Bertrand's, and it's 12.
No, not right off the bat.
Not so. Even the course of this conversation, which I'm assuming at some point when I heard him Shale skin somebody, I didn't stop and go.
Okay, give me a perception check. If you roll good enough, then maybe you kind of look into the town like in that surprised expression that the whole town kind of heard all that.
And what does guidance give me?
Plus D4. D4.
So, that's a 9.
No.
I'm really distracted by the
You,
conversation.
you happen to turn in the direction he just not look behind you. You kind of went to your left and right, kind of like in extravagant, but you didn't really look in his direction.
Okay. Alright. Well, that informs my decision there. I'm aware that he gave me guidance earlier, right, Ash?
To do that, yes. Well, you
Yeah.
once
Okay.
you use it, it's gone.
Right.
Just one shot.
I will extend my hand to Ash and go, guide me again, please. I have a funny feeling I'm going to need it.
Cross guide your way and see that you get things taken care of.
Bless you.
No, bless you. I need to go. I'm going to go back to the church and take care of our guests.
Okay.
All right.
And you're with me.
Ash, that
And-
will take the satyr with you as well. He follows you.
Okay.
I have to sign off, but I am going to go back and, like I said, I'll be at the church trying to ingratiate myself with those people. I suspect the satyr is going to start grilling me.
Okay,
And I have no reason to be honest at this point, so.
fair enough. All right, let's
So
go there.
I will see you next month.
So, Lady Caro and Ian, you're the two remaining. You will get to the door of the prison.
Have I been in the prison, like, ever before in my life? Like, do I know the layout?
Yeah, it's not. There's nothing in this town that you're not really unfamiliar with. There might be a couple houses that you've never really been in, but I'm sure you
So-
checked out the prison as a duty.
And we can't really call it a prison, right?
Yeah.
It's a small town. This is like the Mayberry
So the sheriff's
jail.
office.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess my next question is it Blazing Saddles style where it's all open and the prisoners are right there? There's only
Yeah.
one, like, major room?
Yeah, one
Awesome.
big major cell. They're both in it. You can see that they're on each opposite. They've obviously interacted, but now they're doing that whole, you stay on one side, I'll stay on the other side, but they don't look happy to be in the same box as each other.
And Thulsa does not have, like, his own office. It's just one big open room.
One big open room. He has his own desk, which he's been comfortably propped in. There's 2 other guards in there, too, that seem to be kind of like, they're nearby if something got out of ruckus or they need to put somebody down, but they don't look like they're doing much either. Like sitting on stools or leaning against the wall, flicking cards in a hat.
Okay. I will approach the building. I will give a couple of raps on the door, but I will also send a thought out to Thulsa and go, "It's me. What the fuck is going on?"
All right.
And then if nobody answers right, I'm just pushing the door open.
Zane Houden opens the door. Milady.
Zane. Do I know his name?
Sure, I just told you.
Okay. Zane, and I push past him.
Okay.
And go straight to Thulsa.
Milady.
I follow. Hi, Zane.
What are you doing here?
She told me to follow her.
Of course she did.
I'm gonna keep the conversation with Thulsa in our heads, because I wanted to have a private conversation, but I don't really have that. So, question was asked also, what the fuck is going on? I mean, right now we're basically staring intently at each other, and everybody else is like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, so he's not going to respond in his head because this is new. Lady Carowin, I seem to be able to hear your thoughts. Is there something you want to tell me?
Out loud, I say, just think it at me. I want a private conversation.
Ian, insight check, please.
No, I'd prefer you stay out of my head.
11.
Okay.
Thulsa, I'm not reading your thoughts. I just want to have a conversation where Chalet can't hear me and Junior can't hear me. I just want to know what the hell is going on. Please, just can you think it at me, please? I don't want to know everything else in your head. I just want that little piece. That's all I need. If you think it at me, fine.
You joined a circle while you were away?
No, I've always been able to do this.
And you're not part of a circle?
The circle of friendship that is our lovely town.
Jen, just to give you some back information from what Matt's playing on, he's playing on the fact that some of the weird stuff that happen are usually done by mages, so wizards and sorcerers and the like, warlocks. They would be part of the Circle of Roses.
Oh.
They're not very popular people amongst the common folk. So any abilities that they're not aware of, they usually attune it to that.
Gotcha.
And whatever prejudices kind of attached to it are greatly individualized by the people. And you do not have a Circle Rose representing. Now remember, they are varied by the color of the rose. So, and you haven't quite did a lot of research on that. You just know it's varied. But you do know Magdalene was one of them. So if you do need to research, there is one.
Okay.
There's a resource in town. But that's where he's playing off of.
Okay.
That it also just came up in your conversation a little bit ago.
So at this point, because she is wanting to have the privacy of the conversation, she will be kind of leaning in to Thulsa so that they can speak quietly, and she's basically going to reiterate, no, I've always had this ability. It's just not everybody knew. I'm not in part of any circle. It's just you don't have a private place to speak, and I figured that would be the easiest way.
Most people, when they want to speak quietly or privately, just step to the side. Step outside if you'd like.
I didn't know if you'd be comfortable stepping outside. With what's going on over here. Whatever that is, and I'm trying to figure that out now.
That's 2 prisoners in a cell. It's kind of self-explanatory.
I understand. I'm hearing all kinds of things about what happened with Chalet and why he's in there. I just want to know what's going on. And aside from that, if there's anything new going on besides that.
Well, we have a prisoner, Junior, and while he was in my custody, Chalet wanted to question him, so I let him question him. But Chalet didn't like the answers he was getting, so Chalet shot him in the leg with an arrow, and then proceeded to torture him after I arrested Chalet for attacking a prisoner in my custody. Put him in the cell, and then Chalet continued to torture him a little bit for more answers.
Winston Poundell speaks up and goes,
I couldn't have missed him more.
He's a shit constable. He set that fucking shit up. He's a prick.
Carowind's gonna lace her arm through Thulsa's arm and slowly kind of walk further away from the bars and go, what do you mean by torture?
Well, he was asking more questions, and in the course of asking more questions, he ripped the arrow out of Junior's leg, eliciting more answers, and then, when he was being helpful and went to tie up the wound, well, let's just say a tourniquet isn't his tactic. But again, he's already under arrest. There wasn't much I could arrest him more on.
Can't hear you.
He was under arrest before he shot or after he shot?
After shot, yeah. He was outside the cell questioning Junior. And then he shot him for not answering the way he wanted. So then I arrested him, shouting, and consequently had to put him in the same cell because, we only have one cell here in town, which gave M. Shalley more access to Junior. So he continued his interrogation by pulling out the arrow, inflicting more pain. That's the torture part. And then, after Junior answered his questions to some satisfaction, then M. Shalley tried to be helpful, tying up his wound, but I've seen him Shalley tie knots before, and he's better at the knots than he did on that one because those are real darn tight.
And has Junior since been healed? Ash said that he did.
Yeah, Ash came by a couple of days later and was able to tend to Junior's leg. Not that Junior was in danger of dying or nothing, but it certainly was going to hobble him if he tried to run away.
Right. And what are the official charges against him, Shalley?
Right now, attacking a prisoner. I don't know if torture is really considered a charge, but he definitely attacked a prisoner.
Was the information that Shalley got helpful?
Well, it was certainly information. Whether it's helpful or not, I'm not sure we're ready to mount an expedition to Ashton City, but we did get some information. And Shalley's parents were taken to Ashton City, which, as you know, or maybe you don't know, because I certainly don't know where it is and how to get there. But it's not a place anybody really wants to go unless they're nefarious folk.
Do I know about Ashen
Do I
City?
hear this?
Yeah. I don't. I think she's trying to speak low, but it is obviously he's not cooperating. Like Thulsa is making this conversation kind of like noticeable or attuned enough, despite Lady Carolyn's
Attempt.
Is that lantern still on his desk?
Imagine.
We also learned this, and I pick up the lantern and I shine it on Junior's face.
Okay. The amazing thing is, whatever this lantern is doing, it's making a spider appear on his side of his neck.
Spider tattoo, not
Spider
a
tattoo.
real action.
Right.
That
Spider
was the
tattoo.
next, yeah. And do I recognize it?
Thank you.
You do not recognize it.
Okay. Do I recognize Ashen City?
You do know of Ashen City. Are you
Did you
proficient
say-
in history?
Yes.
Okay. You know Ashen City is the more evil of the cities in your world of Alanis. They are the home of the Dark Elves, the Drow, exclusively, but humans do dwell there and other species, mostly the Drow and the humans, and they are, you do know they covenant the goddess Silk, the Lord of the Realm, so what you know of, and yeah, the spiders, they're pretty much their forte. Most people who you know that are killed by assassins oftentimes are blamed of Ashen City.
And are you saying Ashen, like...
Ashen, yes. A-S-H.
Okay.
S-Y-N-N. It's the northwest on your map.
Okay. Alright.
Tyros, do you have proficiency in history?
I'm extremely proficient in history. I think I might be able to help.
Roll, please. Oh, I'm sorry, you're not there. I take it back from you.
Oh, I didn't think I was.
I take it back. Just Ian. I always have you skulking the shadows, listening well. But
I'll be right back, though.
okay.
Okay. Also, and Shelley put us in one hell of a bind here. Because I cannot treat him any differently than I treat Junior. Because then I look biased.
This is going to be DM to player. This is fantasy, but it's based off medieval living styles, and that's pretty much the way the laws go. So, in truth, Imshali is not an unpopular person in town. If it was Tyros, unfortunately, I'm sorry, Tyler, but if it was him, it would get a little chintzy if he had done something on that part. But everybody on your group is popular with the group. Now, the thing is, if the only difficulty that you have right now is you are the only group that knows about what the Winstons have done.
Right.
Winston Palso. Like, they're the ones that the things going on with them is unknown to the common people. But that depends on how you wish to spin the narrative. You've already spun that some things are going on, but there could be more. Now remember, there are evidence to things that you could now have Ian use. The Wellshire riders were known to leave town. Those were supposedly your royal guard. There was an attack on your brother. That is known.
Right.
So it depends on how you start changing things and the stories kind of go. Could easily make this situation much different. Now, understand that Thulsa. Give me a history check, and I'll let you play a little bit more on the politics of the wild here, of the Wild West.
$11.
Okay, it's still good enough. Parts.
Okay.
You're unsure of the ramifications of, like, outside the town, like how others will view your justice system on parts. But remember, you're kind of an outsider's town. That means a lot of things could basically could happen by your passing a judgment. Ian, give me an insight check, please, and I'll give you an advantage.
$11.
At advantage, huh?
Yeah. 3 and a
Okay.
5.
Well, remember, if Carowin has had to do this, there may be history about other things. Thulsa, you already would know this. There have been a number of situations, even amongst your guard, Zane in particular, who's in the cell, who have had issues with behavior. They have broken town law. Zane is one person who got pardoned. But you do know of a couple of merchants or individuals that were outside the town that came in that Winston Sr. pardoned probably months ago. So that type of justice is amicable in your given situation.
Okay, I'm back.
While you think of this, I'm going to kind of get to the other two. So, Yujiro and Taurus, you are now taking the two Eladrin to the house. Do any of you wish to say anything, or are you doing this sort of like as if you were punished children?
I mean, I need to make
Seems
sure
like
that
we're
they understand.
Trying to get y'all some better
everything that's
lodgings.
spending, so
See what we can do.
I'll be
don't know
very
if I have any
detailed
authority around here,
in
but
describing each room
we'll
to
see what
them.
we can do.
I will take the time to bring them down to see the
We'll
symbols
keep trudging along.
in the basement.
Okay. Tyler, can you hear Jeremy?
No.
Refresh just before we start this.
Yeah, I can't hear Tyros. I can't see it. I
You
just
could
saw
hear-
his.
I could hear both of you go at the same time. I want to make sure.
Yeah, you were both speaking over each other.
You know, I might have not been able to hear you for a while because I thought you left a while ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought the same thing about you.
You can hear each other now? Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so you kind of give them the, hey, yeah, we'll take care of this. They seem, the two seem like, all right, whatever. You go through the house in detail, exploring. They seem very cool with you, Tyros, as Jujiro explains what each of the rooms are in the house, so they get a pretty good idea of the mapping going on. Then you are going to take them to the basement, Jeremy, was that correct?
Yes.
Okay. You take them down. Their eyes seem to, like, show, like, you don't need an insight. They are surprised to see the body on the floor and the fact that there is, like, these abyssal ruins all around. What do you tell them?
Well, this is kind of what put us in the situation that we're in right now. Whoever or whatever put this here is kind of sort of cursed the town. Each room that is filled with blood is something that we've dealt with. And each time a new rune fills with blood, it means that there is something new for us to deal with heading toward this town. And it is of utmost importance that the things summoned by this circle do not get to the circle. And that is what you guys are charged with if you want Ash to go back and talk to your queen.
These... there are two that seem to be filled in and crusted. What are those?
Those are the two that we've dealt with already, and we've defeated them without them getting to the runes.
Fire Touch looks down and he's like, these abyssals, they're linked to the 9 hells. You're dealing with devil work here, not demonic, devil work.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking as well.
He starts going around and now showcases some of these symbols. He's like, yes, that's Avernus, Dis, Monaros, Philethos, Stygia, Malboj.
Hold on. Let me see where I listed these things so I could actually put names to the list. Alright, where did he start? What is he pointing at right now?
They're not the symbols linked. They're not directly like in with the 12 zodiac symbols. They seem to be inner, near, much closer where the body of Winston is laying.
So there's symbols between the symbols that he's naming
so
there.
Now that you kind of look where he's kind of like, you can now, like, he's helping you highlight what you kind of like looked as like a lot of different type of writing. You're starting to pick up like a ward or a mark, more like a mark, an arcane mark of these devils that he's speaking of. So he said Avernus in one of the marks, then Dis, Monaros, Phlegethos, Phlegethos, Stygia, Malbolge, Malbolge, Maladomenia, Cania, and Nessus. Like, he's like, these are spots of the 9 hells. Give me an Arcana roll, please, Jeremy.
18.
Yeah. You now, whatever is part, the Raven Queen kind of helping you with guiding a lot of stuff like that. Now that you're kind of looking at it, you can pick out these arcane, like these devil marks now, and that's exactly what you're seeing. And as Fire Touch speaks to you, he's like, it just shows you the type of enemy that you're facing. And you do know that devils and demons are different, so this would be the work of that type of enemy.
Okay. We were concerned that perhaps the devil had made this circle, so it seems like you've confirmed that.
So they're going to kind of do a little bit more of the inspecting. Alright, back at the prison.
Real quick, do they show any fear or concern knowing that they're dealing with the 9 hells now?
Insight check.
Uh, 12.
You can't tell anything from Fire Touch. He seems very technical in, like, informing you, very professor-like. But you are astute enough, like, the corner of your eye, like, Bernhardt seems like a little surprised of, like, it would be kind of like the mission is more deeper than you thought type of feeling that you got out of him, but you're not too sure if that was like a fear more of that, or, you know, maybe he's like realizing that this is actually serious, like you intended to be. Alright, so, where are we at? So, Carolyn, what do you wish to do?
Stand by. 1 second.
Standing by.
Standing by to stand by.
Hey, I just had to do something y'all didn't need to hear. Whatever.
It's all good.
All right. I actually had something that just popped into my head that I was going to think of to say, and I forgot it already. Also, we got information out of him. I know he assaulted the prisoner. What would satisfy you from Mshale?
What do you mean, what would satisfy me?
Well, Ian, you said that you were here for... I want to pardon Mshale.
How would you do that?
I know you've been saying this for a while, and I had agreed with you. It's just everything keeps happening all at once. I need to make a declaration, or at least I need to talk to the town at some point about Junior and what Junior and Senior were doing. I think Mshale may have lost his cool. I agree with you there. He went a little too far. But on the other hand, we kind of needed this information, and we needed some of this. I'm trying to walk a fine line, and I'm trying to balance everything. So, I need to make a declaration about Junior. If I need to, I will write a formal pardon for Mshale. But otherwise, my question for you would have been, or what would be, is what would be the punishment that you would want to see from Mshale on that?
Not my place to punish.
What does the law say?
The law says that the rightful representation of the nobles in this town would declare their verdict and punishment.
So in translation, you can dictate, penalty of flesh, which, he would be whipped or something like that, or you can declare service.
That's what I was thinking.
How about community service? He takes care of the beehives once a week. He go get water for the old lady twice a week. I think that would be fair punishment.
I don't think that's not quite what I had in mind.
Doesn't matter what you have in mind.
Oh?
Yeah, you have no right to levy verdicts or punishment.
Insight check Ian, please. And Lady Carowin.
$21.
17.
All right. Zane and the other guard, which will be Ken, have pretty much got up. Zane has grabbed the hilt of his sword. And they look like, this looks like a coup to them. That's what you're getting a feeling of.
Ben, are there any rocks or anything in my cell?
Come on, no.
What kind of cop do you think I am?
I was going to say no.
Still a broken arrow in there, though, isn't there?
No, they got all that stuff out.
I'm sure they got that. How close are they to the cell at this point?
Not close to you, bro. The only one you can fuck up is Winston Jr.
If they make an aggressive move, I will immediately get behind Winston. I will grapple him with my arm around his neck, and I will threaten to snap it.
Give me an insight check.
That's a nat 20 for a 22.
Okay. You and Ian are reading the room pretty well. Zane and Ken don't seem like they're on the same wavelength. And you're getting a feeling that they're backing Thulsa's play, like he's the threat.
That Thulsa is the threat?
They're reacting
To them?
They're reacting off of him. Like when he just told you you don't have the right, they look like there's a different vibe with both of them. You're not sure, but each of them are backing Thulsa, but you're not sure why they're backing him. You would know, you have a feeling it's like a coup. Like if he were to raise his sword and say attack, you think they will attack you. Like you both feel like they're going to attack you.
All right.
They're not attacking for the same, like both of them are not attacking for the same reasons though. Ian and Mshali know that both of them have different minds of what Thulsa may be doing. So it's confusing only in that element. But whatever Thulsa is doing, they would apparently hurt you three, or at least you two, Ian and Lady Carolyn, for him.
Thulsa.
Is Pistachio here?
Nope.
Thulsa, I want to do what's right, but I mean, I understand that you're saying that I don't have the right to make these kinds of decisions because my parents are those, but they're not dead. But how long are we going to carry that? I mean, I'm talking about making the declaration about what Winston has done, junior and senior, explaining about my parents. And, I mean, we can't have... Somebody's going to have... I mean, we don't have the time to send to the cities for justice. You know, we and I'm not saying we need to take it into our own hands. I'm just saying is somebody's going to have... You know, who's going to be the decision makers?
Well, I've already taken the liberty of sending a missive request to the magistrate to assist in matters of trials and punishments and determining guilt or innocence, because your parents are still alive, right?
As far as I know.
Right.
The last time I was there.
They're still the lawful representatives of the nobility of Greyheim in this town.
So you sent the letter to Greyheim 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But wouldn't Lady Carolyn be the ruling leader?
No, because her parents are still
So
alive.
then who should be the ruling leader at this point in time with them incapacitated?
That's up to the Lords of Greyheim. The Lords of Greyheim are the ones that appointed the family to rule over this town.
Ian, you may now make a history check. I'm going to give this at advantage to you.
Four.
Okay, Thulsa's got a true point here to you.
Cadels aren't royalty. We don't live in a kingdom of a single ruler. Cadels have been appointed to govern this area, but it's not a hereditary title. So Lady Carolyn can't just assume the role of nobility because her parents are still alive. And even if they were not alive, she wouldn't be able to just assume the role of nobility without the backing of the Lord's grant.
Matt, that is only a half truth. Are you where you're going off of that?
I'm sorry, you broke up on that. What?
I said that is only a half truth. Are you aware of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then who is the one in charge right now? Because we can't take orders from two people who are in a coma.
Which is why Lady Karen has stepped up, and she's assuming the role of leadership of the town.
Then by assuming the role, wouldn't she...
That doesn't give her legal responsibility and right to mete out punishment and verdict.
You're right. Speaking of, that would go to the steward by me. I insist that you release me at this moment, Thulsa, by rights of the town.
No, because the steward's an appointed position, and he's dead. So that doesn't really help your case any, because it's likely you killed him.
Watch your words carefully, boy. Your lies will damn you.
My lies? This ring circus is bullshit of what you guys are pulling. But he's right. She has no power here. You have no power. You'll hang for this. Wait till this word gets back to Greyheim. You'll all be hung for it.
Word has gone back to Greyheim.
Oh, great.
And I am the appointed constable by the appointed leadership of the town, the nobility of the Fidels. Your father, by the way, is the one appointed me to be constable.
Well, my credentials, helped by my father, will be much more than your little constable title, so I can't wait for that magistrate of yours to show up.
Winston,
Tulsa.
You're in the forest with me right now. I am the only power you need to be worried about. Close your mouth.
You pull this stunt and there'll be others all over your lady, and she'll hang for it. Go ahead, lose your temper again, Shali.
If you think I lost my temper, you are sorely mistaken.
Roll intimidation.
I wanted the truth. I wanted the truth. I got the truth. And if I wanted you dead, that arrow would have gone through your throat, so you never would have spoken a lie again. I don't miss what I shoot. I hit exactly what I want, when I want, where I want. You breathe because I will it.
Pull harm to me and I'll have your mother and your father definitely flayed.
So you admit that you're responsible for their predicament?
Apparently it doesn't matter, does it? This is all about title, not about truths.
Truth does matter. It matters to me.
Oh, well, you're in the cell with me, too.
Winston, didn't you abandon your title when you ran?
I will pay for truth with my life if need be.
I was making a message to other important officials, and I was abducted by this dog.
We found you cowering, begging for mercy because you knew we were after you.
Lies. We heard you committing that you killed your father and then ran from the scene because you were
no one. There's no proof to this. Spin what you went. You have incapacitated your own parents with your ritual. It's in your house.
Well, see there, Junior, if you were innocent of it, you would have said, I didn't do it. But see, a guilty person says, there ain't no proof that I did.
You said you're not a judge, constable, so shut your mouth.
I'm not, but I am an investigator, and I am a constable. And your words, damn yourself.
Damn you, constable.
If you feel you can do that, go ahead and try.
It already has been done to this town, constable. It's been damned.
So you admit you're responsible for the rituals in the household as well, by your own words.
By your own words. Go to hell, Shali. Oh, you will, from what I'm told.
Can I cast Detect Thoughts on Junior?
Absolutely.
And I'm going to probe deeper for the Wisdom 14. I really want to know what he's thinking.
Okay, let's see how he goes. Oh boy, that's poor. He's getting cocky. And you're starting to feel like, yeah, he's networked. You see images of a very intriguingly well-dressed man, kind of weathered. You can tell he's a battle veteran. And you see the wizard you remember in the tower. He's there. But you're seeing that he seems to have... There's a lot to do with Breckenvale, there are definitely flashes of agents. He feels confident about a lot of, like, at least punishment, and he's damned the town. But by your thoughts of your detect thoughts, he is definitely a sour apple. A bad apple in the group. Rotten to the core.
I'm going to ask him who the well-dressed man is who looks weathered. I'm going to describe what I saw.
All right.
Who's he?
He's going to try to resist that. Not well.
Is there any way I was going to say, is there any way I can aid that by spooking him a little bit so he has disadvantage on that roll?
Nope.
Okay.
You kind of hear the name Caspian Crow. And he's scared of him. You can definitely tell he is very scared of this man. And in the impression you get, he's smart and sinister. And you feel like he is probably, him and that mage, which is, get to that part. Charles, you feel that those two have a lot to do with what happened to your town.
Okay. Well, he's got a slippery tongue, but his mind stinks, so whoever Caspian Crow and Charles are, they're the ones who damned us. I'm telling the
How did you get that name?
From your brain? From your
You
mind?
gave it to us, and we will tell all of your friends that you did.
Oh, what's wrong? Why are you scared of him?
You don't want Caspian here. You don't want that. You should have just left things as they were. Everything would have been safer. This was just a minor inconvenience to all of you.
Safer for who? Not safer for us, apparently. You damned us, remember?
You need to ask yourself, are you more afraid of him or us?
Oh, he's clearly more afraid of him.
He starts gagging. There's foam coming out of his mouth. He sits rocking the cell.
Can I help him?
He's choking.
I'm asking for permission. Can I help him?
Help him, Shelley. What's going on?
I will do a medicine check.
Okay, roll.
And try to help him.
Roll.
Hey, Benny, do I still have that lantern?
Yes.
I'm going to hold it up and see if that spider's doing anything to him.
No.
Okay.
It is definitely indeed a tattoo.
I've got an 11 to figure out what's going on with him with this choking.
There's something, he looks like he's like dying from poison. That's all you can tell.
I know they got my weapons. Did they take any of my pouches? Any
Yes.
herbs or anything's on me?
Yeah.
Give me my pouches. Let me see if I can help him.
The guards look at Tulsa.
We don't have time. You want him to live? You give me a chance to help him.
Well, I think Ian needs to undo whatever he was just doing to him.
I didn't do anything to him. Can I reach him through the cell? Could I touch him if I reach?
Yep.
I'm going to touch and cast protection from poison on him.
You ain't touching him. Not until we're finished here.
All right.
He's dying, Tulsa.
Sally is herbs. Check it, make sure there's no knives or anything in there.
By that time, he stops moving.
We're running out of time. Let him heal him now. I could have done it if you were faster, Thulsa. You're letting the man die.
I'll get arrested. Fuck it. I'm just going to grab him and cast protection from poison on him.
Zane stops you.
Is Zane close enough for me to intervene?
Roll, but he's got a high AC because of it. It's unarmed combat.
So is he making a grapple check? And I try to pull away?
Yeah.
My strength sucks, but I'll try.
What is your AC?
Mine?
Yeah.
14.
He will stop you.
Thulsa, call him off. If Ian doesn't help him, Junior will die, and we need him alive.
Well, Ian, surrender all your weapons and everything. You got to go in the cell.
We don't have time.
I throw my sword down. That's all I have. I literally throw it.
Well, it takes a bit to unbuckle.
I pull the sword out of the sheath and
Zane
throw it
stops
on
you.
the ground.
Like, he doesn't allow you to lift it out of your scabbard.
God.
Take his weapons, put them in the cell.
Yes, Constable.
I'm gonna try to medicine check to see if I can stabilize him. Or do something.
You're by the time the cell door Zane puts the key into the cell hole, you're convinced that he is dead. Now, Ian, you're in the cell.
I'm gonna go over and try to cast wounds on him, see if maybe I can bring him back.
Nope.
Okay.
Give me a medicine check, Ian.
20. Dirty
Wow.
20.
Yeah, you noticed it was must have been a cyanide capsule that he had in something lodged, and he was waiting. When you pulled out, when you called Crow, he was definitely scared enough to that point where he used it.
Okay.
So he poisoned himself.
Ian, are you going to submit to being bound?
I'm already in jail.
Yeah, but you cast magic. You going to submit to being bound?
Fine.
Zane ties your hands to the cell bar.
Okay.
Hey Ben.
Yeah.
While he's doing that, can I get a sleight of hand? I want to try to get a weapon off him. Dagger,
Zane.
Blade, yeah, or even
Okay.
I don't even care for the sharpening stone. I just need.
First stealth check.
So,
Also, what is your passive perception?
Passive is 16.
16. All right.
22.
You hit the stealth. Now give me a sleight of hand.
13.
You go for the thing, and he's like slaps your hand just enough so you can't get it out of the sheath.
so you took
Hey.
my weapon. What else did you take?
They'll take your entire belt roll from your house. So unless you have something stashed in boots.
Well, I
they'll
mean,
be-
I got my loot
They take
and
that.
all that stuff. God damn. Okay.
Everything will be put with M. Shawley's stuff.
Okay.
Can I do something while all this commotion's going on?
No, you're
not
back
there.
at the estate.
Oh, I thought I was with these guys in the jail cell.
That was my first mistake. I'm sorry. You're with Yajiro, which we're about to get back to. It's just Lady Carowin right now.
Gotcha.
So, why are you arresting Ian? Is it a crime to try to help somebody?
Is it a crime to cast magic on somebody and they die?
He did not do this.
M. Shawley, what is your passive perception?
Fought and cast magic on him and then he
My
died.
passive is a 23.
Okay, thank you.
So again, another person attacked a prisoner in the cell.
I am looking for an opening. I need to get some kind of object. I don't care what it is. I just need an object. Hopefully an actual weapon, whether it be a stone that can be used as a sling stone, something like that.
Delta, he died due to his own poisoning. If you
I don't even
believe
care
me,
if it's
call
if
somebody
it's a
to
rock
check.
that's stuck to somebody's boot. That's actually what I'm looking for. I'm trying to find something that I'll be able to use later.
You can get a buckle thing off of either a buckle part off of either Winston or Ian.
Got it. Then I will take it.
Okay. M. Shawley, while Lady Carowin's also going on, when the hustling of getting Ian in the cell, and the Zane moved back as he was putting things in, Ian still had the lantern going on, and as it flashed by the neck of Zane, you notice there's like spider legs up his neck.
I will
And
look
then he shuts
at
the
Lady.
lantern off.
I will look at Lady Carowin, and I will give her a sign. She may not know Thieves' Cant, but she has known myself and Balin long enough to know that there's a sign that I use to get Balin's attention on me and my face that I don't want other people to notice. So it's basically Thieves' Cant, but I'm hoping she would recognize that specific sign.
Okay.
Would I?
It's up to you two.
I would think so.
I would assume that Balin may have taught me something to get my attention. Yeah.
So
at some
I'm
point.
basically warning you about Zane. And I unless you get in my mind, you're not going to be able to know different, but I am warning you that Zane is an issue.
I have caught your attention, but I wouldn't understand anything else that you would have done because I don't have Thieves' Cant.
Okay.
Was that openly visible?
If you know, you know, because I called her name, so I am definitely saying something. So it's not unusual that she would look at me. You would have to know Thieves' Cant to know what I was trying to warn her about.
So what did you say?
That Zane's a danger. Be careful.
As you guys are debating that, Yajiro, as you're speaking with the Aladrins, finding all of a sudden some connectability of this new enemy. Blood from one of the inner parts starts to run up, and it's filling the serpent.
Fantastic.
Tyros, this is the first time you've ever witnessed this, of course.
Just so you guys are aware, that's the sign that something's on its way.
This black zodiac creatures.
Yes.
Then we must go find Ash. You imagine we'll find your lady.
Yes, we should go notify Carowin, get Ash, get everybody together.
Let's prepare for the defenses. It is not to touch the circle, if I was told when we walked here.
Correct. Do not touch the circle.
Do not touch the circle. They nod, and with that, you guys will run off, and we will leave tonight's session there. And we will be back to deal with the serpent. With a couple of members in jail. Perhaps, definitely desperate pardon needed.
Gonna have to do a jailbreak.
Gonna have to do something, because it could be trouble if not.
Tonight there's gonna be a jailbreak.
This is
alrighty. So we need to pick a date. Is there anything on the table for tabletop journeys, more or less? Are you guys?
So what I would recommend then is either the 22nd or 29th, because those are 2 days that I have available.
Mm-hmm.
The 15th is also a day I have available, but Glenn and Josh does not have the 15th does not have the 22nd and 29th. So when we pick the date for Streams of Spero, I'm thinking that will likely have to be the 15th, because that's the only date that Josh has that Josh and I have both available in October.
Okay. Does 22nd work for everybody else? If we were picked that.
Yeah.
Day?
Yeah. Any week works that month.
I might be out of town, but I might be able to finagle.
Cool. I hope so. All right, so let's aim at the 22nd. Thank you, folks. If you are tuning in, we will try to get Old Ways of Spero. The 22nd, a third of the Black Zodiac will come in, so we will get to that point. Jeremy, I will say thank you for doing that with the posting, because it was definitely necessary today. Okay, so thank you much. We are signing off till next time. Great job, guys.
Later.
Thanks, everybody.
Good night.
Night.
Peace.